guys, welcome to my dirty little secret. It's not dirty, it's cluttered, and it is massively unorganized. Every year it starts out so organized, so neat, and then it just kind of collapses into chaos as the year goes along. And I do straighten up as the year goes, but I don't do that separating, putting back each piece where it goes. I just kind of do, okay, get it off the floor, straighten it up, that kind of thing. My creative space is very small, but I'm very blessed to have one. I know that, and I'm not complaining. But it's 8 by 8, and when you've got somebody that paints, that sews, that writes, that does genealogy, that does junk journals, that does other paper types of crafting, that's mixed media, that reads a lot, that just does a whole lot of things, needlepoint, just does a lot, and you put it all in one space, it takes up and it fills up super fast. But that's okay, because today you're joining me with the straightening journey, and we're just going to get into it and do as much as we can. This video is going up Friday. I promised it on Friday, and it's going to go up on Friday. Now, will I be 1,000% done? Maybe not, but I can always do a final look later. But I guarantee when it goes up on Friday, 90% of it will be done. So let's just get into it, and a lot of it is just going to be me walking around. I'll fast forward, I'll cut and paste it together, that way you don't get so bored. But when I do something that I think you might be interested in, then we will talk. And I guess I have a lot of canvas art. Some of it's done, some of it's almost done. Some of it needs to go away till next year, and I have no place to put it. Some of it is for a show that I talked about in one of my videos that I want to do in the spring. And so I need to keep it safe. I need to keep it not wet, clean, all of that. But oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. Just to give y'all a little sneak peek. Some of y'all have seen these if you're my friend on Facebook or on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some of these pieces before. Some nobody's ever seen. This was my holiday entry. And this one is beneath the surface. Can you guess what it is? Hint, I live in California. This one I'm actually going to send to the National Weather Service in LA for them to hang in their office. So shout out to the National Weather Service, because I'm a big geek. And yes, they do earthquake stuff too, I think. But anyway, I think they'll like it. This one is on my website. It's the wind up here blowing all the wishes away, making the wishes, however you want to look at it. And by the way, all of them come ready to hang. They have the wire and they're all ready to hang. So, and paintings take a while to do. I mean, this isn't just something that, you know, an artist, you put your heart and your soul in these, and it's not just like somebody sitting down to paint at a table just to kill time. Alright, this is the big wet wall. It's like a whole thing. It's the plant, the sun, the colors. This is a great wall installation. If you have a big wall, this would be amazing for it. It's on my website. I have more canvas over here too, actually. This isn't all. This one did not turn out. Everybody has mess ups. This one is going in the recycle. I did a video on my art channel about using different surfaces to paint on. And I love to use like big shirts like this to turn them into works of art. And people like to buy stuff like this. Maybe they don't have room for art, but they'll buy like art on clothes. I actually just need to hang this one up, but you remember this one? This one is too cool for words. But this one's not for sale. This one's mine. Okay, let's see. Oh, I bought this rug, but this rug was not sari silk. This rug is just cotton. And it made like no point in taking it apart, really, because it's like just really crappy pieces of cotton. So I just have it on the floor now for my little babies to lay on. And they have a blanket down here as well. If you need some mirrors to add interest, Amazon has some great sets like this. And you can get them in square. You could get one of each and mix and match. Don't be afraid to mix and match your shapes. Of course, as we redo the house later this year, we will definitely be talking interior design more, so stay tuned for that if that is more your cup of tea, definitely. Okay, so on my art channel too, on my art website actually, I have a kit and it's called Ornaments. I'm going to change it though, and it's for these little round wooden pieces, and they also make super cute wine bottle gift tags. Like if you want something natural and to give it a really kind of funky different look, use this, and then get a old flannel shirt from a thrift store, cut off the sleeve and make a wine bottle holder and give this on it, and it would look super cute for a winter housewarming or a winter get together. It would just look amazing. Guys, don't forget I have cards too. I have a ton of fun hand-painted cards. Yes, they're more expensive than, go to Hallmark and buy them, but they're not mass-produced. They're one of a kind, and they're hand-done. So, check them out. And I have, of course, more cards to make. And if you watch me at all, I love natural elements, and I'm really looking for smaller ones of this to work into my decor once I take the Christmas down. And the good thing about these is you can work these in with some green moss balls and some other colors and make them spring. They can go spring, summer, fall, and winter, and that's why I love them so much. And it just, the natural element just really speaks to me, but I also love that vintage mid-century, and they work well together. Okay, so this is a journal cover I've made, and it's great. It's just kind of large. I don't really make journals this size. This is full cereal box size. But that's what a fabric covered journal looks like. Nice spine on it. It is a soft. And then this is a hardcover. That's done like an abstract artwork. But you could, if you didn't like this, you could cover all those bits of fabric up and cover it with something else. But that's a hardcover. And the spine's been pulled out of it. I like to keep paper bags. They make great journal covers as well. You could also wrinkle them up and texturize them with a little brown paint brown paint watered down, and then coat it with a non-glare Mod Podge or decoupage material, and it makes like a leather looking material that you could use on a lampshade, on coasters, on a lot of things. It's a great DIY item for your home, for your crafts, for even your car. You could use it. So this is a utility knife set. I didn't even know I had. I need this. You know what? The battery's about to die. I will catch up with you in a little bit. See you soon. Hey guys, we're back and I'm down on the floor now. I can actually get up close to the shelf, and I think what we're going to do is I'm going to organize my paint, my paint brushes. So these two bottom shelves, the two top shelves I got pretty organized. I still have paper in that, but that's the best way I can organize it right now, and in a box is fine. It saves some money. I don't have to go spend on organizational what do you call them, trays or things. I just don't have that money. So a box is fine. This is like your basic real budget how to do this. Just remember, to be organized, you don't have to spend a lot of money. It's only if you like that sort of thing, or if you have the money to spend, then definitely go spend it. But if you don't, if you'd rather spend your money on other things, but you still want to be organized, then definitely use boxes if you have them. I mean, that is fine. Now, I do have these tubs. I've had these tubs, gosh, for years and years and years and years. So I actually, when we moved from Texas to California, I actually got a lot of these out of the garage. My husband wasn't using them, and out of my kids' rooms from when they had Legos and stuff. So my kids grew up and moved off, and I took their storage. That's how I ended up with all this. And I would probably end up with some more. Maybe in a few months I'll go buy a few more of these. It doesn't have to be fancy containers. It doesn't have to be from the container store. And I'm sure all the lovely organizers out there are ready to kill me. But this is, I keep it real for you guys. Yeah. So anyway, let's organize our paints and everything. Oh, I just found these. I found a whole bunch of stuff that had just gotten piled and piled and piled on. I actually found a Christmas present, a video game that I bought for my husband that he didn't get Christmas because it got lost in that pile of junk that was on the floor earlier. See, aren't those pretty? So we'll be doing something with these over the course of the coming months. And this is the other tin to the one that we beat and made a candle holder out of, which is just right over there. And we'll do something with this one as well. We might beat it and make a pair, because sometimes it's nice to have a pair. There's the third one. I think I got 3 or 4 of these little. They're napkins, but they're really cute, and I have some good ideas to use them. Okay, and here are these little basket. They used to be for paper plates back in the day. When you would have a picnic, you would put your paper plate in this. It would make it stronger. And now we don't use those anymore. I don't know why. They're still an excellent idea, and I would definitely use them if I was having picnics outside. But what I'm going to do are spray paint these, leave some natural, and use them as a headboard. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a good one too. But right now, I need to get close to these paints. These are just toilet paper holders, but not toilet paper holders. You can buy those rolls from Amazon in packs, and I'll link it below. And I cut them up. I like to use these sometimes for painting. I like to use them on mixed media pieces. And I have a great idea for an out-of-the-box, really different window treatment. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So I have some more canvases. I have canvas of every size, shape, everywhere. And this little black and white cute journal we made last year. And this is made out of paper bags. And it's so cute. I love black and white with a splash of red in clothes, journals, home decor, everything. Okay, so my blade to my paper cutter. More paint brushes. my brayer that I use. Okay, so let's see if I can get in here. Oh, this is a little cute camera stand too. Isn't it cute? Okay. So for the paints, to give you an idea of kind of what you're looking at, this big tub here is full of stamps and inks. And I have quite a few. And I do go through here and, you know, get rid of inks that have dried up, get rid of stamps that maybe have kind of just disintegrated. Okay, so I'm going to organize. And like I said, sorry, my phone was going bananas. These are my stamps with inks, and I go through this every so often, make sure all my inks are still good, make sure that all of the stamps in there are still good. Sometimes the rubber ones can dry out and then start to flake and crack around the edges. So I go through this quite often. Also, I just like to go through and look at what I have just to remind myself, especially when I keep something like this. So it's always good if you do store things like this where you can't see all the individual, Sam, shh. You can't see all the individual items, to go through it every so often just to remind yourself of what you have. The inks actually go up here. Okay, and then all these paints I'm going to take off and move over to the paint section over here, and we'll talk about that in a bit. My sponges, these are a great way to add texture to your art, to your walls, to clothes, to anything. They work amazing. I love this stamp. I would kill for more stamps like this. In fact, hey, any stamp makers out there, reach out to me, please. I have a great collab idea. Please, please reach out. Okay. Acrylic paint. I love these little tubes because you can get colors that, I mean, you can find them like this, but they're really hard. I actually need some burnt sienna, some raw sienna, some umber, burnt umber. I need some umber, burnt sienna, raw sienna. Just some of those colors that they do great for undercoatings on paintings and shading. I don't have any. I do a lot of painting, and this is this it? This is Caribbean blue. I love this color. This is it. This is some translucent painting. I actually got translucent paint. I actually got this one at a garage sale, and they got it a Tuesday morning because it's labeled. But it's pretty awesome because you can paint something and you get the orange, but it's definitely translucent, so you can see like the book page underneath or the drawing or whatever you put it on top of. So it's amazing. And right now I'm just going to throw these all over here, and I'll work on making this nicer in a bit. This is some glitter glue, like stickles. Is that the word for it? And I love it. It adds just that little pop of shimmer that I need sometimes, but it is glue, so it goes up there. This is my Rub-a-Dub. This is a laundry marker, but it's great for art, and especially doing things on fabric. And then these are my, okay, sorry. He's like having a toddler. He gets into everything. Yes, and you're spoiled, right? Okay, so here is my little dauber that I love. And then some more inks. I have a bunch of this size of these inks. They're in this pink thing up here because this is like my travel. If we go to a hotel, I like to take this because I can take something to work on, because always got to be busy, and these inks are perfect for that. This is the best kind of black ink I have found, the Memento black ink. I love this. It lasts a long time. And then these are some fun stamps. These are uppercase alphabet. They don't fit in here, so I do set them on top. And then these are some peace, love, hippie ones. I just love them. You know, everybody's got their thing. Okay. And the little dauber I keep up here with the paintbrushes, it's just, there's no room right at the moment. And these go in a cup, but I think I use the cup for something else. Oh, and I use these, the gentle ones, to clean them, but you have to watch because the alcohol will eat the rubber stamps. And then these are just my paint cups. I reuse a couple of them, and then I eventually get rid of them, so. Okay. Oops. I thought I would give you just a sneak peek of what's in here real quick. And like I said, I have a bunch of clear stamps. And just different ones from different companies. I have this great set of inks, which I love. It's a lot of different colors. This is kind of the softer, kind of moody. I call them moody colors, so I kind of love that. Oops. And yeah, just a bunch of different stamps, different size stamps, lowercase letters. I have like this huge Santa stamp that's perfect for cards. I love this recipe stamp card. I use that a lot. And that is a stencil that doesn't go in here. So anyway, lots of stamps. And then I have some homemade sponge stamp letters that I actually got at a garage sale. And they were pretty amazing. So I kept them. This is one of my favorite stamps. It's a bird with a bird cage. I kind of love bird cages. So anyway, there is a lot. I have a lot of kitchen stamps in here. And I'll probably do a video on ways to use stamps more. I do have my shoe polish in here. I don't use it on my stamps, but you can use shoe polish with your dabber to do pages, to do journaling cards, tags, all of that, to ink everything. Shoe polish is great. It lasts a long time, and it is cheaper, but now it's harder to find. This idea came from Crafty Irina, and yeah. So anyway, let me get this area all straight real quick. Won't take but a second. And the stamp that I use for texture a lot, which is this one, I'm going to leave out. And there's another one, if I can find it, are a bunch of different flower stamps. And I absolutely adore these and will be using these in that journal for plants that I'm going to do pets in your plants. These will actually be used. So anyway, stay tuned. Okay, that looks like it. So I'm going to put the lid. And then I'm going to put these on. I'm going to put the flowers back in there. And let's put that at the back. And then on top here, I think I will set my sponges. Yeah, I'll set my sponges and my ink dauber things. Okay. Now for my paints over here. These are big paints. I like to buy the bigger sizes because colors I use a lot. Metallic. I bought a bunch of these at a garage sale. Here's another one of those translucent paints. I try to keep paints like that all together, but you know, sometimes they just get thrown in. I do have the colors I use the most probably out behind you, but some of them are over here too. I've been trying to be neater, but sometimes it just doesn't work. And I really don't have enough storage for paint. And I like to keep my canvases where I can see them so I can keep a like tally of how much I have. For now, I'm just going to stack these neatly right here on the bookshelf. Because at least if it's neat, I can, you know, see them and grab them. Okay. I know that doesn't look very organized, but it actually is. Have you ever, like, thought that sometimes your organization is not very organized to other people, but to you, you can lay your hands on things in the matter of minutes, right? And that's kind of how mine is. It looks chaotic, but honestly, for me, it's not that chaotic. Okay, this is empty. This is empty. Time to go in the trash. I got these great large paintbrushes. I watch one of my favorite painters on YouTube is Michael Chamberlain, and I will link his YouTube below, and he always uses a big paintbrush when he does a lot of plein air, which, if you don't know, is outside painting. And yeah, I'll link his channel. Y'all can definitely go check it out and just give him a shout out and tell him I sent you. He doesn't really know me, but you know, I always like people to know when I send them because it's just nice, you know, and you build friendships that way and everything. And when I have my gallery, hopefully show in the spring, I definitely want to invite him because he's an artist that I really admire. So, okay, so this is jewelry embellishing glue. I have jewelry glue. I have gesso. I have no-sew fabric glue. I have, you know, fabric fusion. So I have a lot of different glues up here. I have some paints up there which need to come down. Oh, I need this paint though. So I definitely need to straighten this up a little more too. I wish what I could do, my goal, this actually needs to go. This is just paper towels for paint. What I really need to do is get something for all of my canvas because they're all on the floor everywhere. Glue sticks, Mod Podge, all sorts of glue, gesso. I have black gesso, clear gesso, white gesso. I have modeling paste. I have Mod Podge for puzzles. I have Elmer's glue, which is, if you know me, is actually something I really like to use. But my favorite, of course, is what? Elmer's Bond craft glue for fabric. And alright, there's the glue. And believe it or not, that is more organized than it was. Oh, and my E6000, which you always have to have E6000. I am going to pull the paintbrushes out and we will organize those. I also have these little metal paintbrushes. Okay, so this is my whiteout. I did as my office favorites. I'll link it below again. Definitely get some of this. You won't be sorry you bought that if you don't buy anything else I tell you that I love. This is amazing. Okay, my notebooks, because I'm old-fashioned and write everything down. So I have several empty. Oh, yeah, seriously, I write everything down. And when I have video ideas, I log them on index cards. Look at all these videos I've done. It's crazy. I have somewhere to put them. I just haven't put them. I throw them on the floor. I don't know what is up with me. And then these are wreath forms to make little wreaths. Like this can be a little bee wreath. You can make a winter one. You can make different things. Okay, so these are wreath forms, so they don't go up there. So I'm going to move them. This, like I said, is my little travel... Oops, my little travel thing. And it's got a silver pen in it, which I could actually use. It's just some, what do you call these, brads. It's got some words that are sewn onto the back of some pattern paper. It's got a couple of pairs of scissors. It's got some blank keychain things. It's got a silver ruler. Has a white pen too. I'm gonna pull these pens out. I forget they're in there. It's got some pretty paper. Tide Pods makes a great pocket. Oh, look, it's got some great fibers. It's got some more paper. It's got these cute little bags. Some flowers. Some green stamp booklets. And this one's kind of like a fold-out thing, which is really cool. Might have to do something with some of this stuff we're finding. Some vintage recipe cards. Some peace stickers. I told you I'm a hippie. Oh, the cutest little dog thing. There's lots of stuff in here that I can use. And we'll just have to create something. I also found some more gel pens, which I'm going to put up there. Because I like to write with different colored pens. It just snaps shut and it slides up. And then these are all my markers and my, oh gosh, I'm sorry, my nose is itching like crazy. Markers and those gelato crayon things. Love, love, love those. Alright, so I've got to figure out, I can put some canvas up here. Those are 4x4 and they're about 2 inches thick. And then I'll put these up there. These are 12x4s, so they're long but thin. But these are great. I love to do these for silhouettes because of their, but there we go. And then these are 5x5s, but they're only like ½ an inch thick. And then I've got all these paintbrushes that I need to go through, which we'll do tomorrow. We'll organize the paintbrushes, we'll finish up with the rest, and we'll have a more organized space. And we're gonna utilize this thing tomorrow. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so it's the next day. And what I've started doing was I put all my paintbrushes in this great paintbrush holder that I got for Christmas. But I wanted to talk about it more. I touched on this yesterday. It's when you're organizing, you don't have to spend a lot of money on products to organize by. I mean, that's not the point of getting organized. Getting organized, the point is to have things where you know what you have, so you save money because you don't just keep buying things that you already own. 2, so you can see everything better, and so it's calm in your space. And a lot of people, you watch shows like, I don't know, The Home Edit and Maria Kondo, or Kwan. I don't watch them, obviously, but, and you see it like, oh, you have to buy the product, and that product costs a lot of money. Now, if you have the money and you want to do that, great. But if you don't, that doesn't mean you can't be organized. Like I said, I got these out of the garage. They were from my kids and my husband. They're years and years and years old. But if this is all I have, so I need some more ways to organize some of my stuff. And this, my husband and I got at a, it's kind of like a swap meet in Texas, and it was like $2. And I don't really know what it used to be for, but you could put candles in it or whatever. I've always used it to hold paintbrushes because I have way more paintbrushes than will fit in this that my husband just gave me, so I will still utilize it. Plus, it's great for the big paintbrushes, for the palette knives, for the bone folder, that kind of thing. So this is a great way to use something for a use that it wasn't meant for. Another thing that I wanted to show you I did that is great is boxes. And I touched on this yesterday as well. Just because they're boxes doesn't mean you can't use them for storage. If you put them on a shelf, if you stack them neatly, they're going to look just as fine as the plastic does, okay? And you can decorate a box. You could, paint a design on the side of a box. You could label it, whatever you want to do, however you're going to use it. And the great thing is, okay, maybe you're using boxes now because you can't afford the fancier organization stuff. But maybe one day down the road you say, oh, look, I can trade the box in for this organizational piece. Then you can use the box in your crafting. So no part of this box will go to waste. So boxes aren't anything to be ashamed of. In fact, they're very, very handy. They're very good. They're repurposing. And I just love to use boxes to keep things in. And what I've done is all those little canvases I showed you yesterday fit very nicely in this box right here. And I'm just going to put them in front of the bookshelf with the rest of the canvases, which are up here on top of this pink thing. And they'll all be together. So don't hide from organization because you can't afford the fancy things. Use boxes, people. Use, I'm going to show you another something that we got in a minute. It's a crate. It's a plastic crate, like an old Coke crate, that they used to come in. You can find those, and I found that one for super cheap. Don't just discount ordinary things as organization just because you don't see them on TV. Go with your budget. Don't overextend yourself, and be happy because it's not what you're using. It's the things in it that you use. Okay? If that makes sense. Anyway. Just had to say, don't feel bad if you can't afford all that expensive stuff because honestly, it really does not matter at all. Okay, so these are some paintbrushes that came in the oil painting kit. These are some paintbrushes I had just bought because my paintbrushes were terrible. In fact, I threw away a ton of paintbrushes. And then I have these cute little metal ones that I got somewhere. I think I got these at Tuesday morning. So this is the other side that's just as messy. These are napkins. These are, again, just plastic things that my family had over the years that I kind of stole when we moved. So, yeah. Okay, let's pull the napkins out. I have a ton of Christmas ones. Okay. So, I just got the napkins all back in their little holder. And it just slides in right there. Now, this one is just some papers and book covers. And it just needs to be straightened up a bit. Now this is what I was talking about. Storage that's different. This is one of those old, here. Okay. This is what I was talking about. This is one of those old plastic Coke crates. And we got this at a swap meet. And I love it. It stores cards, envelopes, stencils. But it needs to be straightened like everything else because I don't know about you guys, but when Christmas comes, everything just kind of gets out of control. And it's got a paper block in it, some Daphne's Diary paper. Does anybody read Daphne's Diary anymore? And then some stuff just gets shoved in the wrong place. Patterns paper goes over there. And then I have coffee filters, which are great, but they need to stay in their box so they don't get... Those are for the mixed media, guys. I'm so excited. I have 2 separate mixed media kits to choose from, so stay tuned. That will probably be coming out this weekend over on my art channel. So just make sure you are subscribed over there, because that's where I do the preview for it. That easy to straighten up. And that's why I like to use things like that. They're easy to manipulate. They fit. They can slide in and out. And it's all great. Now we're going to go up a level. Yes, to that mess right there. Just doing those few things right here made such a difference that I'm just going to work my way down, straighten the rest of this up real quick, and if I stop to use some unconventional storage, we'll stop and talk about it again. Okay guys, you can tell now how nice it looks. And again, we use the unconventional storage on the bottom. This is our plastic Coke crate that we got for, I think, $5 at like a swap meet, trade meet, that kind of thing. All the other plastic is plastic that I had purchased nothing. I've used either what I've had or I've used boxes. I have not gone out and spent anything on expensive containers, because honestly it wouldn't look any different, because the space is what determines how much fits and how it looks, and this is my space. Now if you want to go spend the money on that, go right ahead. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying don't feel like you have to, and don't be ashamed if, you know, what you have is stuff like this, or even just the boxes like we used over on the paint side, because there's nothing wrong with that. I also found some white bags. I'm going to stick those under here. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this clean with me, organize with me video. I hope you got some ideas, and I hope I showed you that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get organized, because it's not really the item, the product that you use to organize with. It's what you're organizing that's the important thing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, that little bell over here, and to give this video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye.